dismay after receiving news that World Football Governing Body FIFA had suspended Kenya from taking part in international football. The suspension comes after wrangles between the Ministry of Sports and the disbanded Football Kenya Federation that prompted FIFA to take action, citing government interference. But just what does this mean for Kenya, and is there any hope for football in the country getting back to normalcy? Our sports reporter Dennis Otieno had a conversation with CAF coaching instructor Leonard Odipo and filed the following report.
Last topic I want to mention, we had to suspend two of our member associations, Kenya and Zimbabwe, both for government interference in the activities of the football association. So these associations are suspended from all footballing activities with immediate effect. And they know what needs to be done for them to be readmitted or for the suspension to be lifted.
It is this announcement by World Football Governing Body FIFA President Gianni Infantino that shocked most Kenyans. A statement that was interpreted by many Kenyans as the national football team Harambee Stars being barred from competing internationally. In a quest to fully understand the ramifications of Infantino's statement over Kenya and what next for Kenyan football, we caught up with Confederation of African Football CAF coaching course instructor Leonard Odipo, who broke down into bits the effects of the suspension.
First of all, we have to look at it in two ways, the good side and the bad side. The good side is that it's a suspension, it's not a ban, because a ban is permanent. You can be banned for, let's say, 3 months, 2 years, 5 years, and so on and so forth. But a suspension is indefinite. In FIFA's letter, they said we know what we are supposed to do. So should we do what we are supposed to do, then the suspension can be lifted even tomorrow.
Odipo promptly tackled the first question, meaning that there is hope for Kenya to be reinstated into international football programs. However, a number of procedures have to be followed to the letter. Procedures, he says, may stall for a long time, and it will be too late for any meaningful change to take place.
Maybe the next time that this is going to be discussed, maybe sometimes when we are going for the World Cup in Qatar, that means a few months from now we are going to be in limbo.
Indeed, most Kenyans, upon hearing about the suspension, the first casualty that crossed their minds must have been the national football team Harambee Stars. However, Odipo says the grave effects of the matter have rippled down to young football prospects in the country.
They look at themselves like they are doing nothing. They normally use these tournaments outside the country, maybe to market themselves. And some of them get even scholarships from these trips. But now it means they are not going. So the only thing is we have to pray and hope for the best, that an amicable solution can be reached by both the government and FIFA.
The suspension entailed banning Kenya to participate competitively in international football. Kenyan players will not be signed to any international clubs. Kenyan referees will not officiate international matches, while the ongoing CAF coaching courses were abruptly halted.
Currently, there is a CAF B license that was going on. These coaches were supposed to complete next week on Wednesday, after 4 months. Now it means they have to stop. They are not going to continue. And they have taken all this time. They have paid money, they have used their time, their resources. Now everything goes down the drain.
One other aspect of the suspension will to raise the question, where do the winners of the FKF Premier League compete next, as it were before when they took part in the CAF Champions League and the Confederations Cup?
It means we cannot play in African championships. We cannot play the Champions League. We cannot play the Confederations Cup.
With Kenya taking pride as a sporting nation, the suspension has definitely tainted the country with a bad image. However, It is football stakeholders who continue to suffer immensely for mistakes that they were not part of. Hence, the need for speedy resolution, which Odipo says should start from the Ministry of Sports.
We have to be optimistic because we all love our country, we love our football. The only problem we have is you have to agree with my opinion. I don't see a point of agreeing with the opinion. That's where we are stuck. But if we can all agree that, yes, we have a problem, now how do we get a solution? That is why FIFA is asking for the government to reinstate the other officials of the federation. Then now we can sit on a table and discuss the way forward to normalize things in our football.
Dennis Otieno, TV47 Sports.